We are amazing because our passion is limitless and our drive is intense. Therefore, you will not deny our grind. You are now listening to the Faith, Grind, and Inspire podcast.
Welcome back to another great episode of Faith, Grind, Inspire. I am Gene Alert.
I am Jeffrey Patrick, the co-host with the most.
Boom.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
today,
I guess I'm Correy K.
no, I have to introduce you, man.
No, it's okay.
It's all good.
It's okay,
Yo,
Corey.
I'm just trying to jump in, you know?
Just try to jump in.
It's okay, Corey.
All right. So, let's do it again.
That
was actually good.
That was
Yeah.
good.
What are you talking about?
All right, well, you know what? This is the pod, so screw it.
That was tight, yo. That was tight.
Yeah, I like this.
Yeah.
So,
yo,
all right, let me do this.
Yeah,
I want you to be
man.
involved in it now.
I feel you.
So
we live from
welcome-
Madison Square Garden. You know what I'm saying? We live from Madison Square Garden. Don't get it twisted.
don't get it twisted.
Let's do it.
My man Correy K is in the building. What's up, man?
Glad to be here, man. It's a good opportunity just walking in the garden, you know. It's dope. I
Yeah.
appreciate
Feels
you
good,
guys.
right?
It feels amazing. There's going to be a lot of more days like this, you know. I could feel it.
Absolutely. I feel it.
This
It's
is
all
the-
about black excellence.
This is
man.
the
Black
beginning.
excellence.
That's
That's
it.
his thing, man.
This is the beginning.
We
So
feeling it. We feeling it.
dope. I appreciate you guys for even having me
Give me a
here.
pound on that, man.
Thank you,
You know what I'm saying?
thank you.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you.
Let's.
So, Correy K is our special guest today, man, and I wanted to, we talk about entrepreneurship, we talk about the mindset. That's what this show is all about, right?
Yeah.
And so, I wanted to bring you on or talk to my team, and I said, look, this guy has to come on.
Right,
We
right.
have to bring him on because he resonates this grind, and I see it. But you also have that give back part of you too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? With the schools and the education part and, so
Tell them what you do.
tell them
bro.
what you do
Tell them what you do.
and where you from.
Yeah.
Let's see. What don't I do?
What don't you do?
Nah,
Yeah, maybe
but
that list will be short.
my name is Correy K. I'm a event planner. I don't really like to call myself a promoter because it's so much more than that. But I'm an event planner. I've been doing events for about 15 years. I'm from Brooklyn. I do
Brooklyn.
one of my key events right now is an event called Black Excellence. It's a black tie event that I do every December for my birthday, and that has grown into something very, very special. Caught the eyes of a lot of celebrities like Diddy and a lot of dope celebrities. Like they're onto it now.
Yeah.
So it's getting there. So me. I've been doing parties for like 15 years, involving a lot of different businesses. I do marketing for Ciroc. I do marketing for a restaurant called Sway, the Caribbean Social in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
So we're getting there, man.
So what's the latest thing you can hit us with now? Tell us something that we're gonna be like, wow.
What's the latest thing I can hit you with?
Yeah. Something wow us. You better wow us.
Traveling the world. Traveling the world.
Oh,
Yeah.
alright.
That's been my
Alright.
thing this year. Like I've been to 4 countries this year.
Yeah.
A lot of different cities. Just traveling the world, following my dreams, man.
Yeah,
That's it.
nah,
That's what's
I
up,
feel
man.
Promoting this
that.
black excellence all over the world. That's it.
Yeah,
All right,
put
so-
those stamps in this passport.
Yeah.
man.
Yeah,
man.
for real. When is or should I say, because we're dealing with the mindset of the entrepreneur.
Right.
So, what is your actual definition of an entrepreneur? What is your
The actual definition
Yeah.
to me of an entrepreneur is creating your own future, creating your own destiny. Like it doesn't have to be what everybody calls it. Like an entrepreneur is somebody who owns their own business, or I mean, yeah, you can still have a job and still be an entrepreneur on the side. But me, I like to create my own destiny. That's my definition of entrepreneurship, and I've been doing that ever since I was 15 years old. Like my mother wanted me to be a physical therapist because she's a RN and she wanted me to be in the medical field. But me, I always knew I wanted to be in the entertainment business, but just didn't exactly know what yet. But then in high school, I was popular, so I decided to throw parties. A lot of my friends influenced me to throw events. So I'm like, you know what? Let me throw parties. But me, I like what separates me from everybody else is I do things that everybody else won't do. So me, I make sure that I'm going to be seen. And that's how I met Puff back in the day, is like just wherever I know he's gonna be, I'm wearing a suit where other people won't wear suits. I'm gonna make sure I'm seen. I make sure I do things different on my end.
Suits,
just to just to stand out. And that always been my thing with any business I go into. I want to make sure I do something that make me stand out and make sure I do something that I love.
Yeah,
like I was just telling these kids today, going into entrepreneurship just for the money is good. Like you can make a lot of money doing it, but when you're going into it doing something that you love, the passion is just so much more different. And that's what I believe in.
It's true.
Yeah, nah, definitely.
So,
yeah.
You said your mom, you from the Caribbean?
Yeah, my mom's Trini, man.
Okay.
Think of all the Trini massive.
Trini.
Shout out to where? Brooklyn?
Trini
Yeah,
got
from
money.
Brooklyn, right?
Trini got money.
Yeah,
Don't
facts.
sleep on Trini. They got
So,
oil out there.
Caribbean household. Of course, it's there's only certain jobs that you can have in the Caribbean household.
Right.
So, going into entertainment, like what was your mindset though, man? Like how was that conversation like when you said, "Mom, I want to throw parties"?
Well, I just did it without her really even knowing.
Oh, okay.
So when I was in junior high school, a lot of my friends, like at lunchtime, we used to be like back then. We used to be into like Family Matters and Saved by the Bell and stuff like that. So we always used to plan our own imaginary events. And this is when I was like 12 years old. And I always used to say, "Yo, I'm gonna have Steve Urkel at my event. I'm gonna have Zach Morris." And so that has been something that was instilled for me from young. My thing is, I'm good at bringing people together to have a good time. So that's why I think I'm so much more than a promoter. Like I love to bring people together to have a good time. It could be a house party, it could be a big event, it could be a black tie event, it could be a kids event. But I know there's so much going on in the world right now, and for people to come to my events and just have fun for those 3-4 hours, just me seeing the smile on their faces, that brings joy to me. So that's one of the main reasons why I do it. It's not even really about the money. It's just I like to see people have a good time.
You in the people business.
Yeah. You gotta be. You gotta be. That's the only way you last.
Facts.
It's the only way you last.
Facts. Because you outlasted a lot of promoters, man.
I've seen a lot of them come and go.
Yeah.
And the thing is, for my mother, going back to your question, my mother, when she first found out, she didn't agree with it. She's like, "Yo, you're doing this stuff you're outside late at night.
It's dangerous.
This could happen, that could happen. It's dangerous." And one
Trini
day,
moms is like that.
Yeah, one day I just had to bring her to one of my events, and she was like, "Yo, why do so many people like you?" And I'm like, "I don't know. It's kind of like a gift to gab."
We were just talking about gifts and paying attention to your gifts when you're an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And keeping up with that, that calling.
Right.
So,
and I think it took me a while to realize what my calling was, but I don't think my calling is actually throwing parties. I think my calling is bringing people together. So I could tap into so many, like I go into politics, I could do whatever, but I think my calling is bringing people together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So after she saw that and she realized that, she kind of just, let me rock. And then I haven't really asked my mother for anything since I started throwing parties over 15 years ago. So that was another plus. It's not like I was living off of her or I moved out early. So she had to respect it. Like,
yeah, she's like,
you
know what I mean?
Definitely.
I did my job.
Man up.
Yeah, man
Like,
up.
I did what I had to do. It's not what you really wanted me to be, but I'm not asking you for money. I'm not living under your roof.
You gotta man up.
So, Correy,
man up.
Right.
What character traits or what things do you think that you possess, right, that have nothing to do with skill, right, but something that you do that helps you succeed?
I think I could shine in any room. You could put me in any room, and I'm going to be noticed. Like, I'm not walking out that room not being noticed. I'm gonna be the one to ask the question that nobody else want to ask. I'm gonna be wearing something that you notice, either if it's a certain color, something. But me, I'm gonna be noticed. Like, I'm a people person. Like, you know what I mean? So I could blend in any environment.
Yeah. This confidence, man. I love it.
Yeah.
When's your birthday?
December 19th, Sag.
I knew it was either November or December, man. Because only Scorpios and Sagittarius have this level of confidence, bro.
Right.
I'm a Scorpio. That's what I'm like.
My daughter's a Scorpio.
Yeah, so
November
I know.
12th.
Well, when's your birthday, bro?
I'm not a Scorpio.
I know. That's what I'm saying, because that level, his level, His level, Jeff's level of confidence, bro, is on another level, man. When is your birthday, bro?
I'm a Virgo.
Oh, you a Virgo? Oh, yeah.
September?
Oh,
Yeah,
that's September. Oh, yeah. How can I forget, bro? My best friend's a Virgo, bro. This dude think he walk. Shout out to Frank, man. Frank think he can walk from here to that other building.
No, that's how you gotta do
they
it.
glide, bro. Virgos glide.
Yeah.
I got a lot of Virgo
bro.
friends. One of my best friends are Virgo too.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Frank, man.
Shout out to Frank.
Yo, man. Shout out to all the Virgos, man.
Yeah, man.
Coming from a Scorpio. But anyway, back to you.
Let's do this.
So you could walk into a room, you could shine, but how do you keep your business? Like what I'm trying to say is to have a consistent event over and over and over again, right? There's certain things that you have to do on a daily basis that before you get into the room.
Right.
Like, what do you know?
I do my research. Like going back to Puff is like when I first met him, I knew certain things that he liked. I knew what type of conversation to have. That's just off me doing my research. So when he realized I knew certain things, it's like, all right, that's a conversation starter right there. And what I did too, and this is what I was telling the kids earlier too, is I got cool with everybody who's around him. So even all the people in his circle, I knew what they like. I knew what to talk about. So all of them from that first conversation is like, you would have swore we knew each other for 20 years. You know what I'm saying? So he noticed certain things like that. And me, what I do too is I like to stay ahead of the curve. If I know, I try to think of what's going to be hot tomorrow and do it today. And I think the reason my event stayed around so long is I give people a full-blown experience. It's not like you come and you pay for my event and you go home. Like, I give you a full experience from the way I market my event to what's actually inside the event. I'm walking around, giving people drinks, saying what's up to everybody. Like, that's just, I make you feel like you're a part of this.
You're building rapport with them.
Yeah.
You're networking with them. You're also making them feel like they're a part.
Right.
That's a good formula, man.
It's only right.
I've took losses making sure people are good at my events, like making sure I had certain things, making sure I had certain type of entertainment.
And it's one of the events that you've done that really stuck out in my mind was the prom.
Yeah. So every year for Black
every
Excellence,
year.
I do a different theme. The year before that was prom night. So like people really, and I brought back that feeling where a lot of people in my age, I'm 33, and go to their prom. Like I didn't go to my prom, so it was like a lot of people wanted to relive that.
Go to their prom.
Yeah. So people came in limos, they dates. Like, it was dope. It was dope.
Yeah, people coming in limos, bro. Like groups of people coming in, like, you know.
Yeah.
So it was cool, man, just to see, and just to see people come together and have a good time.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And leave good.
That's what I'm big on, just having a good time. Like, there's not too many times we could go out and say, like, we're worried about where we getting the money from to pay our next bill.
Yeah.
We're worried about our kids. We're worried about this. So me, within that 4 hours, I want people to just forget about the outside world and just worry about right now. Like, let's have fun right now.
Yeah.
That's it.
Even if you look at the health part of it, right?
Right.
Jeff? Because Jeff is in the healthcare.
Oh, yeah?
Like, what you're doing is sort of helping with stress relief, and you're helping with mental health.
Right.
Because
I didn't even really think about it.
Because you're helping people.
Right.
Because, like you said, for those 4 hours, you're there, you're not thinking about the problems of the world. You're enjoying that moment. Yeah. You're enjoying, you're free. So then when you're able to free yourself and think,
relieve some stress,
guess what happens? You're able to be creative.
Right.
Maybe later, or hopefully you don't get too drunk, you know? and you're able to really just unwind, man, you know? And if you're able to get the person, because I know if you go, sometimes people go to events and they still hold on that stress.
Right.
And they don't let go. They don't dance. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just play the ball.
I do it a lot too.
And so,
like, I'll be places and I'm worried about, damn, what I got to do tomorrow and this and that. And I'm out, like, with friends, and it's just, it's just life.
Yeah. So you have to, like, let go, man. You be present.
Right.
You gotta tell people, you gotta be present in the moment. Enjoy that moment right there. You know what I'm saying?
So as a event planner,
right?
You know what I'm saying? That's a little different than a promoter. Event planners sound like there's some sort of razzmatazz going on.
Yeah. A lot of razzmatazz.
Yeah, definitely.
Yo, this guy?
It's very hands on, like down to the decor, the way the cups are set up, what people see when they walk in. It's really.
So, do you
really
have a team? What's the team? What's the team like?
I got
shout out the team.
Shout out the team, Chantel. Shout out Skip.
Yeah.
Shout out the whole lifestyle events, Trickster.
Yes.
They're dope, man. So it's like
I feel them.
I tell them all my ideas, and they say I like it. I don't.
Yeah.
Maybe we should do this instead of this. So it's not really just
those.
me.
You need those.
For a long time, I didn't really have a strong team, and it was a lot of stress.
So what makes this team the bomb?
I trust them.
Nice.
That's the big thing. I trust them. I could show up to my event late and know that everything is still popping. Everything is on point. Before, I was that type of person to be like, I got to go there 2 hours before, make sure this is good, make sure that is good, do this, do that. Like,
you got some reliable people now.
Yeah, real reliable people. So the way I envision it is the way they see it, and it comes out like that. You know what I mean? So it takes a lot of stress off of me.
Yeah,
I could worry about other things.
Yeah,
and a lot of my mentors always tell me you need a team.
Of course.
Being around Puff, it's like he doesn't have to wake up. Like, he could stay in bed all day and everything is being run, from his meetings, his breakfast, his haircut appointment. Everything is like lined up, so he just got to get up and go, and everything is like, so seeing that is like, damn, I need that. Like,
my company printed business cards for all 5 of his companies, right?
Oh, yeah?
And the way I got that opportunity, it was so interesting. Like, his team handled everything, right?
You didn't have to speak to him. Yeah.
No, but he approved the end.
Right. That's how it should be.
And it's been, I've been printing for them for 5 years now.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? So, but it's just interesting because you're right. You do need a team, and if you surround yourself with the right people, you don't ever have to worry.
Yeah.
The problem is, what's one of the biggest issues that you find yourself facing in your type of line of business?
Egos.
A lot
of people can't come together and work together. I mean, I had to deal.
Everybody thinks they're Puff.
I had to deal with that too. That's one of the things I had to overcome. Is like just being able to be submissive and work with people, and because I like things a certain way. Like, I like how I envision it, and I'd rather fail by myself than somebody else mess up something that maybe I come up with or something I plan or trip me up.
Yeah.
But I can honestly say working with people is the way to go, especially people who are like-minded like you and want to achieve the same goals.
How do you deal with the egos? How do you deal with the egos? That's an important thing. Let's not skip over that.
See, the ego, that's why I don't work with a lot of people, because of the ego situation, and it's just hard to it is hard to deal with that, because it's like a lot of people feel like, I can't work with him because or I'm better than him, or he's not as good as me. And then another thing too is working with people, they may not put out the same energy that they would have put out if they was working on their own, because they'd be like, Corey got it, so I don't got to work as hard because Corey. And that's where a lot of people fail too, especially in doing events. I've seen it a lot where two people will come together and you would think, if these two together, there's got to be a crazy thing, and then it ends up not doing good because they're both thinking the same way.
Thinking the same thing.
Nah, he got it. Like, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Yo, I see what you're saying. Egos to me are very.
It happens a lot.
So
because you think Corey works 100%, Gene works 100%. So if Gene and Corey come together, it's 200%.
Right.
But then when I get on it, you're like, oh, Gene. I know Gene's gonna grind.
I see it happen all the time.
Corey's gonna grind.
Yeah, I see it happen all the time.
But then but as a whole, as an individual, we're thinking, oh, I can finally let loose. I can finally relax. And it's not like, sometimes it's not even an ego thing. It's sometimes just like, all right, I'm partnering up because I don't want to work 100% no more.
Right.
I'll do 50. But if he's doing 50 and I'm doing 50, now it's only 50% of the level. So you don't even hit 100.
Right.
You don't even hit 100, So, because really it's 25-25.
Yeah.
So now, and that's happened. I've produced comedy shows, man, where if we produce 3 shows for Kevin Hart, right?
Oh, nice.
I think we are. We're the only individual team that ever produced a show for Kevin Hart in New York.
Nice, because he has his own.
He has his own
production company,
and
right?
before, when they were like, he wasn't as hot, nobody wanted him.
Right.
So we did the largest one at Theater at Westbury, and when we did that show, I had big promoters telling me, "Yo, I'm not even touching this because you're gonna fail."
Right.
And then when we won, then when we partnered up with them, then we failed. Because they're
crazy.
like, because they looked at it like, if he can do this for them, he's gonna do it again.
Right.
And then my team is like, "Yo, we got this. There's like 80 of them. How do we fail? How we gonna fail? There's 80 of them. We don't have to work as hard, Gene." And then we did, and we lost. You see what I'm saying? So
it's part of the game.
It's part of the game. It's part of the game. So with the ego, there's one part of it is the ego, of course, but the other part is just I'm being just real. I don't think it's all ego when it comes down to when an event fails.
Right.
I think it's more of like the breath of fresh air, man. Like, oh my God, I finally can take this weight.
I don't gotta work as hard.
I gotta take this weight off of me, man. Yeah. And that's with any partnership. Where good partnership comes in is when you do your job, I do mine, and you're not doing the same thing.
Potentials.
You're not doing the same thing. Jeff has some strengths that
you don't have.
I don't have, man.
Yeah, there's some things I'm not doing that Gene does.
Right.
And
You're
it
not
works.
gonna catch me there.
But when you,
You know what I'm saying?
the partnership, when you deal with a different promoter or a different event planner, and you're putting together events, you have to be different.
Yeah.
That's
like a marriage.
It's a marriage. You have to be different.
You pick up where I slack, I pick up where you slack.
You can't both be doing the same thing. It won't work.
Right.
I tried it. I don't care. I want to see other people try it. It's not going to work. People have to be different and come together with a common goal to succeed.
That's it.
Do you know how I deal with egos?
How you do?
You come across some individuals that are worth you stroking their egos.
Right.
Then you come across some individuals that you want to crush their egos. You see what I'm saying? So for me, it's always a game plan.
Mm-hmm.
There's always a game plan. And the game plan has to do precisely with what I want them not to do.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So if I concentrate on what I don't want them to do, that means I'm going to make sure that I do that thing. That's the game plan. So that's how I usually
That's pretty dope. I got to start doing that too. That's pretty dope. That's dope.
You know what I'm saying? So that's how I keep out of harm's way when it comes in. Because I was in film. And there's no bigger egos than in film.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, my God.
Everybody's Steven Spielberg.
Crazy.
Everybody.
You know? Spike Spielberg.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So you have to really know how to juggle those. And like I said, some you want to stroke, and then others you just want to annihilate.
You kind of got to be a chameleon in this entertainment business. Like some people, you kind of got to stroke their ego.
Yeah,
you have to. Just to get ahead.
You have to.
You know what I mean?
You have to.
And then some people, you got to tell them like, yo, this is what I do. Like,
don't come
like,
over here with that.
Yeah.
You will get on fire.
Right.
I will set you on fire underneath water.
Facts. Facts.
You see what I'm saying?
So Corey,
yeah,
the whole movement, Black excellence, right?
Yeah,
it's a powerful statement, man.
I like it.
And it was really, a couple years ago, Black Panther, and then all of a sudden, before even Black Panther, I saw, you were Black excellence, but it got real powerful when Black Panther came out,
Wakanda.
and then all of a sudden,
it kind of got big, kind of before that, when Diddy got a hold of it. He started really pushing it. That's when it was like a big thing, like Black excellence, and then Jay-Z rapped about it.
Yes.
Then Black Panther came out. And it was over after that.
Yep.
But I love it though. I love it. Anything that'll bring us together in a positive way.
What's the game plan for Black Panther now? I mean,
for Black excellence.
Black
all right,
excellence.
So Black excellence
Panther's on my mind. Wakanda. I love
Black
it.
Black excellence started as an event, but it turned into something way bigger than I thought it would have been. It turned into a movement. Like throughout the whole year, people ask me, what am I going to wear to this event? How I dress, how I eat. I realize I'm on a platform, and all of that is Black excellence. Like just treating yourself right, treating others right, going out presentable, eating right, being healthy, giving back. Like, so all of that is Black excellence. So what I want to do is create just a lifestyle, like a Black excellence lifestyle, with like giving back to kids, talking at schools, one day opening a Black excellence prep, opening a school, starting a clothing line, a suits, like a suiting company. So everything will fall underneath that. And then I'll have the event too, which won't go away, but it's just so much more bigger than.
Man said it won't go away.
It's so much. It's so much more bigger than. It's
can't
more,
stop, won't stop.
Can't stop. Yeah, it's so much bigger than a party. So that's what I'm going to do throughout the year. Is just go to different cities and talk about Black excellence, and eventually I want to do something called a Black Excellence Weekend, where we bring it to different cities: New York, Miami, New Orleans.
That sounds dope.
Yeah,
I like that.
So we'll do like a concert. We'll do like a small business expo. We'll do something where we talk at the local school. We could feed the homeless, and then we have the party. So we could take that idea to every major city, even the not so major cities.
No, that sounds
just
real.
taking it to different places.
That sounds
you know,
kosher.
But a school, I definitely want to do a school. Like, definitely want to do a school.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. What's your attraction or affinity to schools? Are you? Yeah. What do you? Talk to us here. Tell us why.
I wanna see the thing. I lost my brother 3 years ago, right?
Yeah.
To gun violence.
Yeah.
So
Sorry.
Thank you. It's cool.
It's all good.
I wish I could have did more for him, but at the time, we were 8 years apart. So at the time, it's like I'm busy trying to find myself and do my thing so I could provide for them. It's like if he needed anything, I was there.
He was younger.
Yeah, he was younger than me.
All right.
If he needed anything, I was there. Corey, I need $200 for some sneakers. All right, I got you. But just spending that quality time with him is what I wish I would have did more, and taught him certain things like how to maneuver in the streets, how to portray yourself. So that inspired me more to want to start a school and teach these kids from young, 12, 13 years old, because these kids now is not like how we were growing up. Like, I'm talking to some of these kids in the school earlier today, 10 years old. They know exactly what they want to do, where they want to go, what they want to be. So it's like we got to nurture those kids from a young age, and it's so easy to get distracted. Like, especially if you got all these kids out here that may be selling drugs. They got all the newest clothes, the newest this, the newest that. And this was happening when I was young. I'm looking at these kids like, damn, I want to be like them. How do I get that? Like, what's the quickest way I could get money? And this is before we had access to social media and all these different things. It's like I knew I had a lot of drug dealer friends, so I didn't really have to go that route to enjoy the fruits of that. So I think that's one of the main reasons why I never really did it, and I just wasn't into that. And I believed in God from young. So my brother, he probably wasn't as strong as me, but he kind of strayed a little bit, and he just bucked up with the wrong people, and you know what I mean, unfortunately that happened. So it's like I don't want other kids to go through that same thing. And like a lot of parents now, they're single parents. They don't really, the streets are raising these kids, school is raising these kids. What they see is what they become. You know what I mean? And I tell people that all the time, what you see is what you become. So if kids are around more influential people and seeing guys like us and guys like Puffy and Jay-Z and these people, they're going to be like, I want to be like them too. So that's the main reason for wanting to really start a school.
I got you. I got you.
And you know, I was about to ask you, what would you tell your younger self, or what would you tell your younger self?
Don't procrastinate.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, a lot of things. I think I would have been further in life if I didn't procrastinate and not overthink certain situations and just go with it. Like, this, like, a couple of years ago when I first met Puff, right, he had a New Year's Eve party in Miami. So I'm just overthinking it, like, should I go? Am I going to get in? The person who promised me that they're going to get me in, it's like, you know, industry talk. Yeah, I got you. So it's like I had to deal with that a lot where guys were front. So I took my money, I went out there, and I ended up getting in. I ended up meeting him. We had a meeting with him. So it was like, if I didn't procrastinate, well, if I did procrastinate, that would have never happened. Like, who knows what would have happened after that. So it was like, I would tell my younger self, don't procrastinate. A lot of the things I'm thinking about now, I thought about when I was like 18, 19 years old, but I was just scared to do certain things. I'm dragging my feet. I'm taking long. So I would tell my younger self, just don't procrastinate. If you
get it done,
just get it done. If you fail, and I don't really consider it a failure, it's a lesson. Like, if you mess up,
I like that.
You just go after it again and do it a different way. But I'd rather try it and fail than not do it and think about it like, damn, if I would have did this, like.
There's some things you can't ignore.
You can't, you
just can't ignore.
Just have to do it.
If there's a hole in the boat, don't ignore the hole in the boat.
Yeah. The obvious. If you
ignore a hole in the boat, you're going to drown.
Right.
You're going to sink. You see what I'm saying? So do what you got to do if there's a hole in the boat.
Right.
Don't ignore it.
Exactly.
You feel me?
Exactly.
Do it.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it, man.
It makes sense.
Yeah, procrastination is a big one, you know? And so you said you deal with a lot of kids and you talk in schools. There's a program that you're a part of, right?
No Rest Till Success.
No Rest Till Success.
Foundation, yeah. Shout out to my homegirl, Anisha Fuller. She started it. Yeah, she started it and she put me down with it. So it's basically, that one is targeting more kids in high school that's going into like college and just teaching them how to be fluent, like going into meetings and going to interviews, teaching them how to read on their actual level, teaching them how to just be young adults. So that's all about.
That's good.
Yeah,
it is.
Absolutely wonderful.
It is. We gave out a scholarship a couple months ago. So a lot of these kids out here, they need that. Like, kids are lost, man. A lot of these kids are lost now, man. Yeah. Especially with like the sexuality. And I got into it with some of my daughter's teachers the other day because my daughter's 9 and they had like a pride day at her school. So now I have gay friends. Like, I'm not against that, but it's like, why y'all opening that up to the kids at such a young age? Like, I mean, I could be wrong, but it's just like you putting that thought in her head, like, oh, it's cool to like the same person. Like, maybe I should try this. Like, you never know. Like, so I don't know. It's kind of touchy for me, but I know nowadays it's like you can't really touch that subject too much. It's like gay, like the gay thing took over race. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, it's, you could hate the other race, but like if you hate a gay, like it's like they're ready to throw you in jail and they're ready to do this and do that. They have so much
hate crime.
Yeah. And like I said, I'm not against gay people at all. I got a lot of gay friends, and even in the industry I'm in, it's like I'm not against it, but it's just for her. It's like like why does that have to be in the schools now? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you take religion out.
Exactly, and put that
else,
in. Yeah.
It's
a touchy subject.
It's a touchy subject, and it's just one of those things where you just, but that goes to then again parenting, right? Where it's like you have to educate your kid.
That's
first.
why you got to be a strong parent.
That's why you have to be a strong parent.
A lot of these parents have like
parents,
2 jobs,
2-3 jobs.
They have somebody pick up their kids. So these kids, like your kid spends more time outside than at home, because when they come home, it's just homework, bed.
Yeah.
Boom. So everything that influences them outside of the home, they're more likely to become, because that's all they see. That's what they know. Like we don't got time to reparent our kids after school, because it's like.
How do you think we should fix that problem?
Man. I mean, on the weekends, I guess, like as much time as you could, you gotta just try to spend that time with your kids. Like me, every day I ask my daughter, how was school? How was this? How was that? Like, she has a little diary now, so I read her diary, and that was a big thing the other day I put on Instagram. Like, should I read it? A lot of people said no, a lot of people said yes, but one of my friends lost his daughter because mental health. Like, she was like 14, and he said everything was good at home. She had no signs, but in her diary, she's writing every day she's getting bullied and this and that, and she killed herself. So if he would have read her diary 3 months before, whatever, he probably could have fixed the situation or took her out that school or did whatever. So it's like, you got to be on top of these kids, man. There's so much negative things that can influence them nowadays. You got to be on top of them.
Yeah, for real. If I don't know, I have no daughters.
Right. Sons?
I got all boys.
Oh, okay.
I got all boys. You know
raising a girl is a little.
Yeah, so
it's a little tough.
Yeah, it's a little.
It's a little tough. I think it's a little more to worry about. With guys, it's like, be respectful, use protection, go out there. With girls, it's like you gotta worry about them getting pregnant, worry about them messing with the wrong type of guy, worried about them being a thought, messing with the wrong type of girls, and it's like, oh my god,
it's like a whole nother world, man.
It's like a whole nother world with girls, man.
Yeah, I hear you.
You only have one?
I got no sisters either, man.
Oh
so,
yeah, me either. Me either.
I got no sisters. I got no daughters. I got just
all boys.
Yeah, man.
Who's oldest?
Testosterone. I'm the oldest. I'm the king.
I'm the king. Virgo talk.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yo, man. So, man, it just went to. I just got to thinking of some stuff, man.
Nah. You could talk about anything, man.
Yeah, man. But what challenges do you face now? Like, or what are some biggest hurdles? Even when you were building your business in 15 years, where you had, because it's high points, low points, right? How do you come back from a low point?
God. That's the biggest thing. Is a lot of prayer and a lot of believing in myself and not really listening to the outside world. Because there was a point where it was a transition where people didn't want to do the regular parties no more. Like, people like dressing up. So most of my events are dressing up. So that transition, a lot of people may say like, yo, Correy K fell off or whatever. So I had to, when I did my first black tie event, it wasn't as big as it is now, because 8 years ago, a lot of people weren't really dressing up. A lot of people doubted the fact that people from Brooklyn or whatever would dress up and go to an event. So it's just, I basically just had to believe in myself. And me, how I get over hurdles now is like, I set goals for myself. I want to be better than I was yesterday. So I do a lot of reading. Right now I'm reading a book called The 10X Rule. Real good book. So
the 10X Rule?
The 10X Rule. Yeah.
I think I heard of that book.
It's real good. So getting over hurdles is just me trying to be better than myself, and especially the type of people I'm around, where I'm seeing these successful millionaires and successful people, is like, I want to emulate that. So I just want to be better than I was yesterday.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's my big thing right now. A lot of nights I battle myself, like, damn, what am I doing? I could be doing this. I should be doing this. I should be here. I should be there. And it's like, I try not to beat myself up too much, because where you're destined to be, you're gonna get there no matter what. So it's like, I try not to beat myself up and say, damn, I should have had $10 million right now. Or I should have had this. I should have had that. If it was meant for me to have it, I would have had it.
You can't, it's a perfection mindset, right?
Yeah.
And so that perfection mindset actually, the perfection mindset and that procrastination go hand in hand.
Right.
Because you want it to be so perfect. This has to be so perfect.
That you wait. And you wait. Before you know it, 3-4 years pass by, and it's like, fuck, I don't need that no more.
And you know what? I mean? Thank God I didn't do that, because all of a sudden you're like, yeah, I should have did that. And
what
sometimes you're just starting.
Right. When I tell a lot of my peers too, is like, a lot of people wish to be a millionaire. A lot of people wish to be an actor, a singer, a lawyer, this or that. And I asked them, like, are you ready to be that right now? If you get a call tomorrow from Steven Spielberg and he says, I want you to be in this movie, are you ready? So it's like, every day I try to prepare myself, waiting on that call. I'm in the gym, because in the business I'm in, like, you kind of got to look good. So I'm in the gym. I'm researching. I want to do movies too. I want to do basically everything under the whole entertainment umbrella. So I'm researching, like, how to write scripts, how to do this, how to do that. So when I do get that call, I'm ready, and I'm not going to drop the ball. So a lot of people hope and wish to be certain things, and they're not working to be that, because eventually you're going to get that call. So when you get it and you're not doing good and you flop, it's going to be even worse, because it's like, damn, I didn't prepare myself. So work on whatever you want to be right now, so when the time comes, you're 100% ready for whatever it is you want to do.
Well, you're sitting next to a great screenwriter.
Yeah, we got to talk.
We definitely got to talk. He wrote the adaptation of The First Black Billionaire. When we talk about black excellence, you got to know Reginald Francis Lewis.
Yes.
And he wrote that. Why should white guys have all the fun?
Yeah, we got to talk. I got like about 4 or 5 different scripts written, but it's not like an official script. It's just like the words of what I want people to say, just the basic idea of what I want the story to be about. But guys like Tyler Perry and what's his name, Spike Lee, different guys like that, they influenced me. So it's like,
that's good business.
Once you're creative, I think you could do basically anything. Like,
I hear you, definitely.
Yeah, I want to get into film soon.
Yeah,
it will happen.
Yeah,
don't procrastinate, man. Just start.
Don't
I tell people, you got a phone, you got an HD camera right here.
Right.
Just pick up and You know?
Shit,
See, I
look
was in the-
what Tyler Perry did with basically nothing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And what he's become. So I know it's possible. And
man.
everything works hand in hand. Film, clothing, liquor, food. Like, I went it to the point where you're in your house, that, like, even real estate, like, you're in a house that you bought from me. You're getting ready to go to an event that I'm throwing. You're drinking the liquor while you're getting ready. You're putting on a suit that I made, and then you're going to the event that I threw, and then after the event, you're going to the restaurant that I built. So that's kind of what Puffy does and Jay-Z does. Everything, all of that stuff works hand in hand. Liquor, food, entertainment, film, everything. Yeah. So it's like,
at Justin's.
you know what I'm
Sean
saying?
John
And then you
suit
throw on a
at
Sean John
Justin.
suit at Justin. So it's like,
one of the persons or people that I'm really proud of, that came from the Bronx, and a lot of people don't really, Jennifer Lopez.
yeah, she's doing her thing. She's doing her thing.
Jennifer Lopez.
She's doing her
Jennifer
thing. Very,
Lopez.
very, very persistent.
Yes.
Over
Jennifer
25 years.
but Jennifer Lopez is the joint, man.
Yeah, she is. And she still looks good.
I'm like, hold on.
She has some
And
really,
she's
really good
from the
movies.
BX.
Yeah, really good movies.
Nah, she
really
had
good.
some great movies, man.
Right.
She's just, she's Jenny.
Yeah, Jenny from the block.
You just said something. Persistence. I think that's another.
Persistence, consistency.
Yeah, I don't think that's a skill, but I
Right.
think that's just something that you could do.
It's
Right.
another talent.
No, I don't think it's a talent.
No.
It's just you just gotta want it.
Follow up,
You just
man.
gotta want
Like
it, yeah.
you gotta want it.
You gotta want it.
And I think that's something that you do too.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right.
Like I'm just trying to list certain things because
She was real great at reinventing herself too, for all these years.
Yeah,
That's true.
You have to.
You have to.
You have
yeah.
to. You
She
have
stayed
to.
on top of what was hot.
stay on top.
Kept her body right. She always dated the hottest guys, like right now, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for real. No, for real,
You're right.
for real. The persistence, it really comes down to the person who wants to be tenacious.
Mm-hmm.
Tenacity plays a very important role in anyone who really want to complete or have a task done. If you are not tenacious, you're gonna find it difficult.
Yep.
You're gonna find it.
Will Smith always says that.
You're gonna
Always says that.
find it like, you know what I mean. Everything is challenging, but
Nothing is gonna be easy. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's just who wants it bad enough.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Who's gonna step up? And we were speaking on the last show. You have to be able to do the little things. You have to. There's no way do you think that you're gonna be able to hit a home run if you don't concentrate on hitting that ball.
Right. Got to hit the ball first.
Yeah, but you gotta hit the rock first.
Yeah.
You know what
Gotta
I'm
hit
saying?
the ball first. That's the first part.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
you can't hit the ball, then you better get out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, so we're gonna just be tenacious.
Got to be.
You
be
gotta
persistent.
Yeah, you gotta be tenacious, man. You
have
gotta
integrity.
Be, yeah, well,
Integrity is big too.
Yeah.
you know, integrity is doing the right things when no one is watching.
Right.
That's
true.
That's
That's true.
integrity. You see what I'm
That's true.
saying? When you're by yourself and you have to have that. That plays a major role in everything that you should do.
Right.
And not only that, you should have a moral compass in doing ethical things.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Well,
the
well,
right things for the right
What
reasons.
helps my integrity is just my belief in God. Like, I always feel like He's watching. Now, I'm not perfect. Of course, I make mistakes and mess up and do things sometimes I shouldn't do, but
They call it willful disobedience.
right. A lot of the times I just think, like,
Willful disobedience. You know you're not supposed to be doing that. You're like,
right.
Then your conscience start messing with you. You're like, oh, why did I do that? I had no
Yeah.
business going over there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Or eating that or doing whatever. Like,
Yeah.
So,
exactly.
so Corey, any last tips or any type of advice that you think would help a young entrepreneur or a young promoter or someone that's trying to get into the event planning business? Or matter of fact, before you answer that, Actually, you can answer that one. I got another one.
I would say be true to you.
Be true to you.
Yeah, and be different. Why I say be true to you is me, I love throwing events. I love fashion. I'm not going to get into, and this is just me personally, I'm not going to get into a business that I don't love because I probably won't give it my all. So I would say be true to you and just be different. Like everything I do, I try to be different and be noticed. I never like fitting in. Like that just never been my thing. I never like fitting in. So I would say just be different. Just give the people something different. Try to do something that's never been seen before. Try to give them a different type of experience and, be true to yourself.
Okay.
Because people could see right through you, man. There's a lot of promoters who don't last because it's obvious they're doing it for the money. They put you in these little hole-in-the-wall places and, you don't really see them like that. They don't care about the event. They just care about your dollar. With me, it's like, obviously I don't have to make a living off of this because I got to feed my family. But you could tell that I do this because I love it. Like just me seeing that smile on people's faces, like I love, and I think that's what keeps them coming back.
Yeah,
I hear you.
No, I agree.
Right.
I agree. I see it, man. I see
Thank
your
you.
energy. I see your passion. That's another one. Passion.
Yeah.
You have a lot of passion, bro, and I see it. And even from following you on Instagram and seeing the way you operate, I see this guy's passion, man.
Right.
And it's real. Because
Thank
I
you.
see a lot of promoters, but and I used to put events on, so it's I know what a fake looks like and what an authentic, real person looks like.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Thank you.
And no problem, bro. And because a real one can spot a real one.
And with all that being said, make sure we're on the guest list. Okay?
I got you, man. Come on. I got you. It's not just like this. It's just like this.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, man. So
we're on the guest list. Man.
But the question I was going to ask you was more towards the line of it was more towards the line of what's like not what's next for you, but like what do you think people, because everyone's talking about they can't balance. You can balance everything, right? But what do you think, how do you balance all of the things that you do? Or when people say, oh, you have like 15 jobs, or you know what I'm saying? Like you're trying to do too much. What do you tell those people?
I don't ever think you could really do too much.
I don't think so either, man.
You can't have too many jobs.
You can't have too many jobs. But if you're passionate about all of them, like I used to think that you could only do one thing. But nah, it's like if you're passionate about several different things, like why not do it? That's my thing. Like why not? Especially if you're doing it good. Like why I gotta hold back on my creativity and hold back on my greatness because you think I'm doing too much? Like you ain't paying my bills.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So just
like,
go
why
after
you're
it.
not doing doing enough.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
You say I'm doing too much. You ain't doing enough.
Like my boy, I don't know if you know DJ Fidelf. You know him?
Yeah.
So DJ Fidelf has it set up, right? He could sell you a house. He could renovate the house because he's a licensed contractor. He could DJ the housewarming party, right?
Do everything.
Like,
One-stop shop.
He can do everything.
One-stop shop.
It's cool. And it's the same thing, man. Like, so I always like when I hear people telling me I'm gonna do this, and this, and this. I'm like, yo, do it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, just go for it. Just go for it. Someone said, oh my God, you're podcasting now? I'm like, yo, everybody knows I love to talk.
Right.
So this is the perfect space.
Why
not?
Why turn it into dollars. Turn your passion into money.
Exactly. So,
makes sense.
Yeah, so I love it, man. So applaud to you, brother.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you guys having me.
Continue the black excellence. I really love what you're doing. Tell the people where they can find you, how they can connect with you.
Well, my Instagram is Correy K, CORREY_K. My website is blackexcellencebrand.com. You can find everything there, all my upcoming events, anything I got going on. You can find it there. And we got to talk about those movies, man.
Yeah, no.
Black Excellence Films. It's coming. It's coming.
I feel you. I feel you. Let me know.
Thank you, Corey, for coming by the show, bro.
Appreciate
you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jeff.
Yeah, you know it.
Thank you to all our YouTube subscribers, our Spotify, our Stitcher, Apple, wherever you listen to this podcast. Thank you for supporting us for the past year and change. I love you guys. And,
we love you guys.
Thank you to the OG Podcast Network. Thank you to our producers, Tim, Jamie, Brianna.
Jamie,
shout out
Tim.
to our
Bree, where you at?
shout out to Rob, man, who's our guest videographer today.
Rob.
Shout out to Rob. Man. And I want to thank you guys, man. You guys are the best. Continue to grind, continue to shine, and just remember, be persistent, be consistent, man.
Shine and grind till dinner time, baby.
Follow us.
Grind after that.
Follow us on Instagram, faithgrindinspire. Mine's is Mr. Alert, and Patrick is not on Instagram, but you can email him.
Yeah, you can email me.
Go ahead, tell him.
Jeffrey at faithgrindinspire.com. That's very simple. Yeah. Very simple. And to holler at me, and if I said something that you don't like, just let me know.
All right.
Take care.
Guys, thank you.
All right.